Oh, what a beautiful day. And what will you be doing today? Will you be doing something that you love, something that you're passionate about? And if you're going to work today, is it something that you are excited about doing? And the reason I ask the question is obviously at the Max International Colleges, I work with a lot of people who come to us because they don't like their job or they don't like the business that they're in, and they want to do something that they are excited about every day. So when your eyes flutter open, you're thinking to yourself, where am I today? Oh, I'm going to do what I love to do. Would that be a great way to wake up? And that's, of course, what I wish for everybody, and that's what Romax is all about. But a lot of people then share with me they're not sure what they want to do. So if I say to you, do you want to be your own boss? Do you want to choose your own hours? Do you want to go on holidays when it suits you? Do you want to earn the amount of money that you want to earn or need to earn? Do you want to work with the people that you're excited about with a product or service that you're passionate about or proud of? And most people say yes, but they're not sure what that is. So there's a couple of questions that I always ask. Number one is, when you're a little kid and somebody said, what do you want to be when you grow up? Did you say, I want to be? And perhaps somebody told you that you couldn't. So you might have said, I want to be a rock star. Somebody said you can't sing, so you decided not to be a rock star. But maybe that's still deep inside you. Maybe you want to be a dancer or an artist, or you want to have your own business, or you want to be a doctor. And somebody told you that you couldn't because you're not smart enough, or you didn't have enough money, or they just told you that you couldn't and you believed them. It might be something that people don't appreciate as being a career path. I was brought up with that. You can't be an exercise professional, and back then it was not even personal training, it was a fitness instructor, an aerobic instructor. Nobody said, no, that's not a career path, that's not a real job. But I knew that's what I wanted to do. It was a driving force inside me to be able to help people to be healthy, fit and strong. So I didn't let somebody steal my dream, and that's what I'm asking you. If you had a dream and somebody stole it, how about go get it back? I had a great example just recently. Greg the Earth Mover came to move some dirt for me to build Cayman's Fairway for his golf course. And the reason that Greg was here versus other earth movers, and there's lots of people that have earth moving businesses, is when I said to Greg, how come you're in business? He said, I was playing with Tonka trucks and earth movers and sand toys in the sand pit when I was a kid. He said, I've just loved earth moving trucks, big machinery since I was a little kid. And they're the people that I want to do business with. How about you? I want to work with people that are passionate about what they do. And if you're not doing what you're passionate about, if you're doing it for the money, is it possible that that's why a business or a career path might not be successful, might not be profitable, might not be rewarding because you're not doing what you love? So the question is, when you're a little kid and you wanted to do something, what was it? And maybe revisit that. So that's the first thing. The next thing is, what would you do for free? If you were financially secure right now, so you never had to work another day in your life, which career path would you choose? Would you do anything? And a lot of people share that with me. Ro, if I didn't have to go to work, I wouldn't. Is it possible that you could get bored? Or you might be the person that doesn't want to sit home and do nothing, or you would get bored if you went fishing every day and you really want to add some value to the world. Well, what would you do if you didn't have to do it for the money? So that's, for me, a really important question, and probably the most important. Because if you would do something for free, is it possible that you will really love it? And when I talk to elite athletes, sports people, singers, dancers, people who are really passionate about what they do, I always ask, would you do this for free? And they just laugh at me. First of all, they usually say, for a long time, I did do it for free. There was no financial reward for a long time. And I share that with you because is it possible that if you're not earning money, but you're doing what you love, it kind of doesn't matter? And I know that in a Western world where money is really important, that might be sound like it's a little bit silly. But if you've got to wake up every day and go and do something you hate and you're earning a lot of money, versus you go and do something that you love and you're not earning any money, or you're just getting by, I'm not sure what the headspace is there. I'm lucky I've never had to ask that question, because since I was 13 years of age, that was when I decided I was going to be an exercise professional. Against all odds, against my family that never supported me, against my school, my teachers, my circle of influence, everybody said, and back then it was a fitness instructor, that wasn't exercise professional. and I'm not sure that there was a career path back then. I just knew that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So at 13 years of age, when I shared with my family, I'm going to be an exercise instructor, and I often joke about this. My father could speak 7 languages fluently. No, I don't joke about that. That's pretty cool. But he swore at me in all 7. He said, there's no way that my daughter, who's going to be a lawyer, is going to be an exercise instructor. Well, when you know deep inside you what you want to do, why would you let somebody steal your dream? And as I ask, would it be time to get that dream back? If you've had a dream when you were a little kid, is it time to go and get that dream back? If you would do it for free, are you more likely to love it? So number 1, what did you want to do when you were a kid, and maybe revisit that? And these are questions that I ask people who don't know what they want to do. You might be standing there going, Rowie, I know I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be a dancer, I'm going to be a doctor. I know exactly what I'm going to do with my life. I'm passionate about it, and I'm not going to let anybody steal my dream. Have you noticed that you could be very rare? People like you are very rare. There are a lot of people in the world right now, and this might be you too, that you don't know what you want to do. You just know that you don't want to be doing what you're doing now. You don't like what you're doing now. You don't like your boss. You don't like your job. You're not waking up in the morning passionate to go to work. So what do you want to do? The next thing I always ask is, if you don't know what it is that you want to do, go and do everything. Go and try everything. There's so many opportunities in the world right now, and so many different career paths, and people change jobs all the time. It's not expected anymore that you'll stay in a job for a long time. So go and do something that you're passionate about. And if you don't know what you're passionate about, go and find out. I often share that about going to the airport. Where do you want to travel? I don't know. So just pick a place and go there. And when you go there, if you like it, that's awesome. If you don't like it, you'll know not to go there again. And isn't that how life should be? From a career path point of view, if you haven't got a driving force inside you that says, this is what I just can't wait to do for the rest of my life. And I'll rephrase that. I think that deep down inside it might be there. Somebody might have just told you that you can't or you're not good enough, and you've believed them, and so you didn't do what you're really passionate about. So maybe you've got to dig a little bit deeper and say, I know what I want to do with my life, and I'm not going to let somebody steal my dream. But if you really don't, and people often say this to me, Rowie, I like to do lots of things. I'm passionate about lots of things. And that's awesome. Go and do them all. So what would you do for free? What are you excited about? And if you don't know, don't go and do it for free. Just go and do stuff. So if you've ever thought, yes, I want to be, then go and try it. And if you don't like it, go and do something else. Could that be a really good idea? And the reason I ask the question is it possible that so many people are miserable and grumpy and sad and unfulfilled and unrewarded because they don't have a career path that they love? For most people, it's a third of our life. There's 24 hours in a day. Most jobs are 8 hours a day. The interesting things, and that's a third of 24, obviously. Very good at maths. But there are people, and most of the people that I invest time with, don't know that there's 24 hours in a day. They just live every day and love it. They never know what day it is. Don't ask me what day it is, because I never know. I have to wake up in the morning and go, I wonder what day it is today. Because I love every day. It doesn't matter what is. All of my days end in day. What day at the beginning, I don't care, because I love what I do, and that's what I want for everybody. And the people that I know that are doing what they love, what they're passionate about, this 8 hour a day business, start here, finish here, doesn't make any sense, because they're doing what they love. It's like when you're a little kid and your mum said, come inside, and you would say 5 more minutes. Well, my gorgeous husband came in and says that to me on a regular basis. Do you think now it's 11 o'clock at night, or it's midnight, or sometimes 1 or 2 in the morning, and he'll say, do you think you could come in now? Or you think you could come to bed now? And I go, no, 5 more minutes, because I love what I do. And the reason I share that with you is I'm the person that, because I love what I do, it's never a have to, it's a want to. So I don't finish my day until my day's finished. And that's because I love what I do. And I wish that for everybody. That's what Romax is all about. When you're healthy, fit and strong, and when you have a career or business that you love, which of course means you'll be financially free, and you have great people in your life, is it possible that this concept of living life to the max is not a cliche, it's not a joke, it's not a quote. It's actually a way to live your life. Everything you do it at 100% effort, max effort. You put your heart and soul into your career path, your exercise, you're passionate about food, you love music, all the things that make life amazing. You do all of that to the max because you are doing what you love. And that's the really sad thing that I work with on a daily basis. So many people are miserable or sad or anxious or depressed because that 1/3 of their life, that 8 hours, is miserable. They don't like their job. But I'll go a bit further. 8 hours is sleeping. 8 hours is technically doing what you want to do. And 8 hours is at your job. But is it possible that the 8 hours that you're at your job, if you don't like that, that would affect the 8 hours that you're not at your job? It might make you miserable, grumpy, anxious, depressed when you're at home with your family. So you don't actually enjoy your family time. You don't enjoy relaxing. You don't enjoy going out because you've got this lousy, stinking, rotten job. And then that other 8 hours, which we're meant to be sleeping, relaxing, regenerating, creating a body that's excited about getting up the next day to go and do what you're passionate about, is it possible if you have a lousy, stinking, rotten job that you don't sleep well? So there's 24 hours in a day. If the 8 hours of your work, job, business is not something that you love, could it be affecting the 8 hours that you have for you and your family and your friends, and the 8 hours that you're meant to be sleeping? Now, I'm not going to suggest that 8 hours is the ultimate sleep time. I'm just using it as an example. So what I would love is, if you consider these really carefully without listening to other people's crap, and it really is crap. When somebody says to you, you can't have your own business, you can't do that job, you're not smart enough, you're too tall, too short, too fat, too skinny, all of the stuff that people say you can't do is just not true. Because everybody in a career path right now was probably told, ones that really love it, was probably told they couldn't do it. And sports people were certainly told that. Successful business people were told that. Dancers, singers, artists were all told, you're not good enough, it'll never work for you, it can't happen. And they're doing it anyway. And Greg the Digger, he has a very successful business with people working for him, and he's got a fleet of really cool trucks. Imagine that. When you were a little kid, you had Tonka trucks in the sand, and now you've got a fleet of real trucks that you can drive around every day, and it's your business. See what I'm talking about? Passion and enthusiasm. Why would you let somebody steal that dream from you? And when it comes to intelligence, when it comes to education, are you smart enough? I get really annoyed about this. Because, first of all, you might have been told at school that you're not smart enough to be a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant or an engineer, some of the things that you've got to go to university for. So because you're not smart enough, you can't go to university, so you can't become a doctor or a lawyer. Well, there's two parts to that. If you are of age now, so you are mature, did you know that mature age students are welcomed into university? It might be a little bit more complicated because you've got to get a certain mark when you leave high school. But when you're 30, 40, 50, 60 years of age, universities really like to have mature age students, so it's usually easier to get in. So if you were told that you couldn't be a doctor when you were 18, now that you're 38, 48, 58, this might be a perfect time to become a doctor. Is it possible that your life experience and your wisdom and all the things that have happened to you would make you a better doctor anyway? There's a great place to start. If you have a driving force to do something, is it possible that the training, education, learning is something that you would learn how to do? There's a lot of people that are told you can't become a doctor because you're not smart enough, you've got dyslexia, or you've got a learning disability, or you just can't do it, your IQ's not high enough, your marks aren't good enough. But is it possible that the schooling system didn't understand how that person likes to learn? So you might have been told you can't be a doctor because you're not smart enough, but the learning situation didn't suit you. Sitting on your ass all day in school didn't suit you. Your teacher might not have been passionate. The subjects that the school gave you might have been things that you weren't excited about. But if you really want to become a doctor and you're really excited about the human body, is it possible then that the learning experience, you'll create a learning experience that suits you? And that's, again, what Max is all about. We don't want people to, we certainly don't tell people what to think. We want them to think for themselves, to learn how to think for themselves. That's why we don't have a classroom. That's why you can study on a mountain, at the beach, in your backyard, in your favourite room in your house. You can study at a time of day that suits you. You can study at the speed that suits you. Because when people come to us, they come because they want to have their own business or they're really passionate about a career path. They're the two reasons that we accept people into the Max Diploma program. Because you're really passionate about something and you really want to be good at it and you really want to add value to the world. Because I understand, and I preach this a lot, if you are living in that sweet spot where you do what you're the most passionate about, Could the training, learning and education come easily? Because you've got to do that, of course, but could you want to? And if you are really good at something, is it possible you'll add massive value to people's lives? I call that the sweet spot. I want everybody to live there. And that's, if you want to live there, that's why the Max program will work for you. It's all the tools. Rowie Max is a combination every day of the entire Max Diploma program, which is how do I become healthy, fit and strong and stay that way for the rest of my life and help other people? How do I have a career or business that I love, that is successful and profitable, not let's go and do what I love but I'll never make any money from it. No, if you do what you love, you will be financially free, which is the third part of the program, wealth creation and financial freedom. And the fourth part of the program, which I think is very, very important when it comes to business, of course, is how do I communicate effectively with other people? How do I create great relationships with my customers, my clients, my members, so that my business is successful, but my life is successful? How do I have great communication with my family, my friends? How do I communicate effectively with myself? How do I have a great relationship with myself? I think you can hear in my voice that I'm pretty bloody passionate about what I do. And that's who I want to be involved with, don't you? If I go to the petrol station and the person that I'm talking to who owns the petrol station owns a petrol station because they love helping people get around. They're excited about business. They've got a big happy smile on their face and they went into the petrol business because that's what they were passionate about. I go there. I even choose my checkout operators at the supermarket. I have a favourite supermarket and I go to a particular supermarket because I like the people there. I love the manager there because he absolutely loves being a manager of a supermarket. But I also choose my checkout operators, and I go to some of these checkout operators that I choose, and I've got 3 in my headspace straight away, that they love what they do. And one lady in particular, she's an ex corporate executive. And I share that because it's so cool to see her at the supermarket because she loves it. She said, I come here, I talk to people, I eye off what everybody's eating. I have a great team of people around me. I just love what I do. She said, when I was in the corporate world, I bloody hated it. Here I am. She said, I don't have to work. I do this because I love coming to work. And isn't that what life should be about? Wouldn't you love to go to a checkout operator that loves being at work? They've got a big happy smile on their face and they're really excited to see you when you come into their supermarket because they're doing what they love. And I have so many examples of that side of the story where people are doing what they love. The reverse of that is where you go into a business, and the one I hate the most is when you go into a gym or an exercise studio and you can see that the people in there are over it. They're not doing what they love. They're not getting better at it because they're not training and educating themselves. They're not adding massive value to people's lives because they're not doing what they love. Now, I don't know why you would go into a career path helping people to be healthy, fit and strong if you're not passionate about helping people to be healthy, fit and strong. And that's a really interesting thing when it comes to money and business, and I'll wrap that all up. Because what we choose to do to earn money, our job, our career, our business, is to earn money. I get that. But if you're working to pay your lousy, stinking, rotten bills, is it possible that will shine out of you, that will be exposed out of you? Very few people that have a lousy, stinking, rotten job look like they're shining. If you do what you love, if you want to keep getting better at it, if you want to add massive value to your customers and clients' lives, is it possible that the finances will come? If you're adding value to a business, and I find this, again, really fascinating. I've never started a business. I've always gone into other people's businesses and made them successful or helped them grow or made them more financially successful. And can you imagine what that's worth to a business? Rowie's come here, we were earning this much money or we had this much cash flow or this much profit. And since she's been here for the last 6 months or 12 months, we've doubled our profit or doubled our membership base or we're earning so much more money. Thank you, Rowie. Rowie now gets to choose her own hours, be her own boss, decide when she wants to go on holidays, and she's working with the people that she wants to work with. But I've never started a business. So I'm just using that as another example of people say, oh, I have to work for someone else or I have to have my own business. And both of those scare me. Having a job is insecure. Starting a business could be you feel insecure. Do what I do. Just get really good at running business and then go and choose the businesses that you want to work with and help them grow and become successful. And you can have all of those things. And I'm going to share them again, ask you, do you love what you do? Are you your own boss? Are you choosing your own hours? Are you earning the money that you want to earn or need to earn? Do you go on holidays when it suits you? And do you work with the people that you want to work with? And if the answer is no, I always ask why. Why would you live your life like that? So Romax is about helping that happen for you. Obviously, the Max Diploma program is a full toolbox of how to have a career or business that you love. And I'm here every day. I share everything that I've got to share, I can give to you, and I want to. That's what I'm here for. I don't want people to have a lousy, stinking, rotten job that they don't like. So those 3 questions to wrap everything up. What do you really want to do? And if you don't know, what did you think about as a kid that you thought you might want to do when you grow up? What would you do for free? And what are you really good at? What are you excited about? And if you don't know any of those, go and do everything. Go and try everything. But if you know in your heart, your soul, your gut, your head, you just know that you were meant to be an artist. You were meant to be a rock star. You were meant to be a baseball player. You were meant to travel the world. Then go and do it, and don't let somebody steal your dream. Don't steal your own dream by saying, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I need to have a nice, safe, secure job. Just so you know, there are no nice, safe, secure jobs. The world will teach you pretty quickly. If you work for somebody else, your job is not secure. You could lose it really quickly. There could be a recession. There could be a worldwide medical pandemic. There could be a worldwide financial crisis, and your job will be gone. In fact, we've now learned that some entire industries are gone because of government decisions or financial decisions that are made worldwide. So why would you put yourself in that position where somebody else is controlling your life? Be in control of how you feel every day, so that when your eyes flutter open, you can look at your world and say, I love my life. I love what I do. I'm excited to live every day. And I bloody don't know what day it is today. I just know, oh, what a beautiful day. I've got this magical feeling that I'm doing what I love every day. Woohoo! Thank you for coming to Romax. Have a life that you live to the max. Woohoo!